Hey everyone, I'm back, and I'm going to do the edges in coppery orange. And it may be a shorter episode than normal, but we'll see. Normally, I've been using this Series 7 number 2, and I think it's going to be a little bit too thick for what I got. So I'm switching to my, I guess it's a 2/0, Raphael 8404. I did say what color we were using, yes. Okay. So we're just going to... This may not be a very talky episode because I'm probably going to take painstaking care to get the edges right. And I picked this color because I wanted something metallic, of course, but also something that would be a little reddish. There's just really no good way to get in there, so... I am using a metallic paint, but if your skills are higher, or you just want to try it, feel free to do non-metallic metal, because I could see that working really well here. Now, one tip I learned long ago that I've tried to keep is don't use small brushes. Like, for example, at one point in time, I painted with a brush like that. And the tip was to use a bigger brush because it'll hold more paint, for one, and it won't, because it holds more paint and liquid, it won't dry out nearly as fast. Or is that, did I just say the same thing twice? Okay, let's start over. The chief element is surprise. Nope, wrong series. The longer bristled brush will hold more paint, so you can paint longer with it, and you still have just the tip that you're using anyway. And because it's got more bristles, it will hold paint longer. I just screwed that up again. Paint won't dry out, you can paint more. There we go. Let's just call it good at that, because my mind is not focusing on talking right now. If I start speaking gibberish, hit the mute button. Should hit the mute button anyway if you want. I won't get offended. I won't even know. Except if you start talking about things I didn't talk about. Or commenting. Whatevs. I'm going to brush some paint off that before I try to go in and just touch that a bit. I don't know how many of my subscribers are frequent Reaper 4 minions. Members. This weekend was a little interesting in the painting tips and advice subforum. They were talking about using Google Plus and doing virtual paint togethers, or group paints, or whatever you want to call it. And I think they've actually got one scheduled for the 24th. Tonight is Tuesday. It's my YouTube painting video night, or at least when I record it. And anyway, they're talking, oh, we'll set it up for the 24th and whatnot. But I did just go ahead and started a Hangout, Google Plus Hangout, and left it open to whoever wanted to join. One of the settings. There's a lot of, like I said in the previous video, I was going to put that as metallic, but now it's really, really hard to get to. Good enough. Anyway, so that was fun. Let's see, I'll name drop Miss Melons, and Shadow Raven, and then Ard. I want to say it was Ardwin. I apologize, ma'am, if I don't remember your login. I'm lucky if I remember my name half the time. Steve, by the way. No, wait. It's not Steve. Never mind. Too much paint. But anyway, I painted with them for 3 hours. At least that's time between when I posted and when I went to bed. I know 2 of them were in time zones 2 ahead of mine. I'm in Mountain. They were in East Coast. I was like, really? I went to bed at 11. And they were still up at 1. But I suppose that's what youth does. In mood. I wonder about that sometimes. Just how old I'll be when I stop painting. Yeah, haha, okay, when I finish my mountain of minis, that's when I die. That's the joke. In case you're not familiar with it, you're not allowed to die until you finish painting all the minis you've bought. So if you keep buying minis, you're guaranteed to live forever. See how that works? I have trouble seeing that that's actually been painted. It's painted enough for my taste. There we go. Yeah, I think that's working out really well. I probably should have painted the gemstone before I went and painted the edging around it. Although we could probably paint it this entire copper color. That might not look half bad. And we'll do some highlights and something on that. There we go, that's a good idea. Saves me a painting video too. And I think that's just a triangular shaped gemstone, but we'll paint it the same way. And then I want to paint just that edge there, that edge there. And I can see over here I've painted inside the lines, so I will have to come back and repaint that with the green, but that's not a big deal. I think I can do that carefully enough. Oh, and here's another tip. Go ahead and paint these side edges of things like that. You know, it's through all the voting on Cool Mini or not, I have noticed that it's always the details that really make me interested in a Mini, score-wise. You know, it'll just stand out if you don't do that anyway. So, of course, I guess we're kind of going for not a quick tabletop on this one, but or at least at the first we aren't. But you know, little things just like painting the trim, painting the buckles on a belt. I think it just shows a little more maturity in the painting, in the skill. And you don't even have to do it well. Just the fact that it was attempted, I think, is a good plan. I was going to try to paint that edge first, but I think I should paint top edge first. This symbol doesn't seem to have a thing on the side, so I'm wondering if that part kind of got broke off. Considering the shape here, maybe it got bit off. And maybe it was just never sculpted at all. I think it was sculpted. It's meant to look broken, so I'll just do that. Okay. Yeah, I went quiet again. This one's a very fiddly bit. That's where the edge of the brush, did I just make a mistake? Works really well. just kind of touch that edge. I hope this is all showing up in the video. Need to hire like a cameraman that zooms in, zooms out, make sure everything's in focus. Yeah, see, I need to go and touch little spots here and there with the green again, but already got that in a couple spots, so I'm not going to worry about getting that done just right now. But I like that effect. Definitely have to clean up some there and along the edges, but that's not a big deal. Ooh. Paint. Have to go in there and paint inside that. That'd be all broken off, so that's okay. So, I'll just try to touch that right there. I think that looks good. I might leave that there. I think the rest of that's good. I can see a little spot right down there. Is that metallic? Yeah, it is. Okay. And a little inside curve there. Okay. I get that inside curve. And I need to get inside that curve. Oops. Right there, I think. Yeah. So I think it's there for now. And, you know, thinking about that, you know, if I were to do just that little bit of green to touch up, I might paint the eyes. I'll do that maybe next episode. I'm thinking black eyes with a red dot in the middle. But once the eyes are painted on this, and maybe whatever that is, oh, I wonder if that's supposed to be a fountain, like something that pours water down into the tray. Because I've just been taking it as part of an exoskeleton type thing. Anyway, back to my point. If the eyes were painted, and maybe a little blush on the lips, this would be done. Of course, if I find any little spots that need touched up, do another quick check. Don't like the way it's in there. Maybe that needs a little bit more. I call this a very rambling episode. Anyway, let me complete my thought here. Paint the eyes, maybe paint the exoskeleton a different purple. But this would be tabletop in my opinion. Damn it. Too much. Yeah. So This would be very nice tabletop. I don't like the solid color that she is, but maybe a quick wash on that would solve it. So tabletop complete, minus the eyes. I'm repeating myself ad nauseum. And we're done. However, I'm going to take this up quite a couple notches. I'm going to do some OSL around that. I'm going to try to get a bit more shadow and interesting details. You know, I might find a really dark purple, got a lot of red here, but a dark purple and make the exoskeleton pieces that color and highlight them. Highlight her face, do her eyes better, maybe do a wash on all the gray. Yeah, this is the OSL I'm talking about. It needs more, but can fix that. And really put it up a notch. And then we'll do some realistic water in here. And one little thing I've seen, there's a guy out in China, I think, but he paints goldfish in bowls. But the way he does it is he pours a layer of resin, lets that set, and then paints the goldfish parts on there and builds it up. And so that looks really cool. So I might think about what to put in there. Maybe I can put some ghostly skulls or something like that, some freehand. Maybe some runes, R-U-N-E-S, runes. Maybe try to copy a couple of these off. So we'll see what goes on, and we'll leave it at that. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.